All right, guys, so this is gonna be a get ready with me video. We're gonna be doing a natural go-to makeup look, but I'm gonna be I may add some color in this look, and then I also want to use products that I don't normally use on a day-to-day basis for my go-to, and I'm just gonna see if I can still achieve that look with different products. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I want to do, I've already washed and moisturized my skin. So next I'm going to do is go ahead and prep my brows. I do not do my foundation first for my brows, so we're going to go ahead and do that first. And to begin, I go in with my NYX brow glue and I go ahead and prep my brows. Okay, and while that sets, I normally just like get my stuff situated for my brows. Normally my go-to brow pencil is NYX, and I use the shade is this? Ash Brown. But because I'm going to be doing some things I don't normally do, I am going to go in. I have some Morphe eyebrow pencils. I don't really use them, and the only reason why I really don't use them is because of the applicator. I don't like the angle for me. But we're going to use it and we're going to try to achieve our natural go-to look. So let's get going. Okay. What color? Are they the same color? Okay, so one is mocha and the other one is latte. And together they're mocha latte. No, but for real, which one is lighter though? All right, so between the two, I think we're gonna go in with mocha and we're gonna use this to fill in the brow. So let's do that. All right, so that's pretty much it for the brows. Next, we're gonna go with concealer. Now, I would normally use any of these three to conceal my brows, which is the Milani, the NARS, or the L'Oreal concealer. But because we're not, I am going to go in. Let's see what we can use. Guys, we're gonna change it. I think I wanna go in with my LA Pro Girl concealer because I don't even use that. And I know that it's gonna give me the consistency I need to do my application, so. Lord have mercy, I can't even get none out of this one about gone. That is so crazy, like when you don't use something a lot, that when you do want to use it, now it's like barely anything in there. Oh gosh, I squirt some out. So we're gonna go in, like I said, with the LA Pro Girl concealer in the shade Cool Tan, and I'm gonna use that to conceal my brows. It's a crisp blue, huh? Okay, so I'm gonna let that sit before I blend it out. I like to let my concealer sit because when I do that, it allows it to have more full coverage. So I'm gonna let that sit till it gets tacky. Then we're gonna blend that out. I am definitely liking the way this is looking, so I'm gonna let that get tacky. While that gets tacky, I'm going to go ahead and take some shadows out that I'm gonna use. Normally with my eyeshadows, I always go in with my Forever Clutch Juvia's Place Warrior palette, and that's normally my go-to for a nice soft natural go-to look. So because we're not doing the everyday go-to items, I'm going to try to use something different to achieve a natural look, and I may do a pop of color too. So I'm gonna look and then we're gonna come back. My eyes will probably already reset and I'll probably just let you guys know what I use, so I'll be back. All right, so as you can see, my eyelids are covered. And so normally I would go in with a dark brown concealer to base my eyes, and then I will go on top of that with my eyeshadow of choice. But because I'm doing it differently, I'm going to go ahead and set my eyebrows, not my eyebrows, but my eyes with a translucent powder, and then I'm going to go ahead and start to apply the eyeshadow. Now I decided to go in with the James Charles Morphe palette and with these 3 shades, and I know I said a pop of color, but I'm hoping that this will be a color consistency. I think this may lighten it up a little bit, but we're going to try to go in with those 3 shades, and I'm hoping that they will achieve the look I'm looking for or going for, but we're going to just trial and error at this point. So let's go. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and set my brows, my lid with the powder. And I said translucent, but this is actually setting powder. And this is the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 20. And I'm just setting my eyelid before I start applying my shadow. So normally when I do my eyeshadows, I like to go ahead and start with the transition shade. And that's going to be the shade that I feel like it's going to blend out towards the arch of my brows. So for this, and I'm using this one, I actually want to go ahead and use this one. I'm looking at it and I might change my mind, but who knows? We're going to get started and then ain't going to be no going back. So let's go ahead. Okay, it's not that bad. It's kind of giving like a, it's very faint, like a brown, but it has almost like a reddish tint. So it's not bad. Sorry, I got like multiple mirrors, so I'm looking everywhere. I found that circular motions help blend out better. If you want to make a color pop or show more, you definitely want a pat to compact that color, and then circular motion to blend out. So as I go towards the inner part of my lid, I'm blending it out in a circular motion because I want it to be a soft transition to whatever the color or the shade that we put there. So right now I blot it out in that corner, and then I circle it out. All right, so the lids are pretty much blended with the first transition shade, and the corners are a little bit they're not dark enough that I would like. So I'm actually going to go in with this shade and try to darken up that outer corner crease to see if it'll give me that dark consistency that I'm looking for before I apply the actual inner lid color, whichever one. I'm hoping that this will give me like a pop. I'm kind of going like for like a soft fall look, so we'll see if that gives us a little inner pop, but if not, we're gonna work with it, guys. So let's go ahead and add that dark brown to see if we can get those outer corners to be darkened. It's like the perfect corner darkness that I need. That was perfect. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is go in with a lighter shade concealer, and that's what I'm going to use as a base coat before I apply the lighter eyeshadow, because the lighter concealer will help the color show more, and I just want to make sure that the color actually adheres correctly on my skin, because you know when a color can look a certain way in a palette, but when you put it on you, it can look totally different. So I want to go ahead and put a good base on there, that way we can make sure that what we see is what we get, okay? All right, so to go in, I'm going to stay with the LA Pro Girls, and I'm going to go in with Natural. Natural is going to be what we're going to use use as our base. And I'm going to do one at a time, because I know that I want to make sure I get a good blend on my lid. And I don't want it to dry out on one eye before I don't want it to dry out on one eye before I get to the other, so let's blend that out. It's perfect. And then what I want to do on the corners real quick before I even put the other color is just blend it out some more, because so I'm gonna go in with a flat tip brush because you want it to be a precise application when you are putting on the eyeshadow in a certain area. So as I stated, I'm gonna go in with this color and I'm using a flat brush to apply it. So hold on, y'all, because I need to make sure I'm seeing right. Okay, it gave me a little bit of an orange. I may not even use that light color on top. So what I'm going to do now is just work the two eyeshadows together so it can blend seamlessly in the inner and the outer and the top part for the transition. So that's what you're going to see me doing the next two steps. I'm not adding anything differently. I'm just going in with those three shades and I'm just going back and forth to transition those colors so they can blend seamlessly. And it takes a while, and that's something that you really have to have patience with when you're using different colors, because if you want a perfect blend, you're going to have to take that time to continue to add some more color, blend it out with your brushes, look, see what you need to do, and add more. So that's what I'm going to be doing on these next couple of steps. All right, so it's not bad. What I think I'm gonna do is once I finish, I have this orange like shimmer I may put on top of there to kind of like make the look kind of pop more. But I'm gonna go ahead and start on my face. That way things can start coming together. And then at the end, I can just take a look back and see what I need to adjust. So I'm going in with my e.l.f. Power Grip and Setting Spray. Power Grip Primer by e.l.f. I'm going to allow that to get a little sticky, and then we're going to go on the foundation. Now the foundation I'm going to use this time, I had found this L'Oreal Infallible foundation in the shade 505. I have another one here, but is this the same shade? No, this is so I'm hoping that this is the right one, because I know that when I first tried this foundation, I couldn't find the right shade. And so I think that's why I have that other one, 45, but maybe that could be because it's the summer shade for me. So hopefully that works. If not, we'll see. But we're going to go with this one. We're going to do a few pumps here. And hopefully this will do the trick. Oh, that looks good. Yeah, that looks really good. Okay. I don't know why. Or maybe when I bought it, I just never used it. And before I blend out my foundation, I'm going to go in with the Morphe Prep and Set Mist Spray. And I'm just going to use that to help me blend out my foundation more consistently with my skin tone. Even though, you know, that's not the match. But you know what I mean? Like just blending out better to my skin. So I'm going to spray this and then I'm going to blend out with my beauty blender this time. I usually would use my brush, but I'm doing different things. So we're going to use the beauty blender. I know the beauty blender will work though, because I've used the beauty blender before I started using the Real Technique brushes. So it is going to do the job. Right, so I'm never too much concerned about if I look a little bit more of an ash tone, because once I warm up my face, that normally fixes any like too ash. And then we're going to work that out with some concealer. So for the most part, I'm only going to do one thing of my foundation. Normally I would go in with my Black Opal in the shade Hot Rich Caramel. No, sorry. In the shade Carab, and this is what I normally use to contour my face, but again, we're not doing that. So to contour my face today, I think we're gonna go in with this NYX contour bronzer buttermilk. It smells good too, y'all. When I first got it, I smelled it. It smells good. It's like so sweetie. So I am going to, it's very pigmented from what I remember. So we're just gonna go a little bit at a time and just build it up. I'm literally doing like one pat, and that is how much it comes out. Like, it's a lot. So you just want to be mindful. All right, so as a concealer, I'm going to actually go back in with the I can use a different one because I don't normally use the Juvia's Place, but I do like this one. I don't know why I never really use it, but we're going to go in with the 13. The 13 is more of a natural look. It's more of a warm undertone, so I'm going to use that to give myself more of a full coverage, and then I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back on top with the 14. Is that 14? Yeah, 15 actually, sorry. And I'm going to use that to lighten up that area again in my T-zone. Excuse me. My T-zone area. So I'm just going to use that real quick and blend that out. And then normally for my blushes, I have recently been enjoying the liquid blushes. The last couple of times I've been using the Juvia's Place one, but this time I think I'm going to use the e.l.f. But normally I would use this one, but I'm going to go in with this. This one is very pigmented. So, I mean, not pigmented, but it's a little bit darker. So I don't think I'm going to use too much of that one. I usually would go like crazy up my eye, but I'm probably going to do like one here and one here. Guys, it's so strong, like it's crazy. But again, it's the e.l.f. and it's in the shade Coming in Hot Pink. So I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit so it can get tacky, so that way we can make sure it can give me the fullest of coverage, and then we're gonna blend it out. All right, so before I blend my face out, I'm gonna go in with the Morphe setting spray. Yeah, I'm blending this now for sure. I think this is a good pigment for, I think honestly, if you like a lot of blush, this is perfect. So I think this color will be perfect if you like a lot of blush and very pigmented blush. This is perfect. All right, so this is the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 30. I've been using it in a while. I did a little bit too much in that corner. All right, so we're gonna go again. Just a little bit. Take it down the nose. And then this is the Black Radiance concealer. I haven't used that in a long time, so I'm gonna go in with it. That's doing it. I'm just gonna blend out that little areas. I actually have espresso in LA Pro Girl, so I'm gonna use a little bit of that. Normally I would use like a Maybelline, but we're gonna go with the L'Oreal Mercier. I haven't used it in a while, so we're gonna go in with this I almost forgot the name, Black Radiance, and we're going to go in and just warm up my face a little bit more. That might be a little bit too much, y'all. Blush, we're going in with the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 50. Get a good amount, and we're just gonna.
Yeah, but they have like the Zelda one. I would get the Zelda one. I like Big, but I would see it because it seems very different.
Okay. Skin looking good. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna spray my face. This yellow is the color I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna try to see how that looks under my eye. Okay. It's not bad, but I have to keep applying it so it can show better. All right, so off camera, I'm going to do my mascara. I don't know if y'all can hear me, and I'm sorry for the noise in the background. Yeah, no, I'm a mama. But off camera, I'm going to do my mascara, my liner, and my lashes, and I'll come back.